Hey everyone, time for another special episode of Record Collecting with The Quill, where we take a closer look at the Quill discography as sort of a rundown to the Quill 30th anniversary. It's on Thursday, it's just a couple of days away, so make sure you buy your tickets if you haven't already. Today we will discuss this one, the 2017 comeback album of Magnus Ekwall, Born from Fire. Join me for some stories and how it all came to be, and a little bit about this magnificent piece of artwork. But before we start, you know what to do. Make sure you subscribe, hit that little notice bell, and share with your friends who you think might enjoy the Quill and record in general. Well, last episode we ended with the Tiger Blood album and Magnus Honor bowing out of the band without any sort of bad feel or negative feelings. It was all sort of agreed upon, and for a while there, me and Christian and Jolle was sort of left in limbo. We didn't have any singer, but we knew we wanted to continue the band. It's never been an option for us to sort of let it die. And then we got an offer from a friend of ours who were sort of organizing a Kiss theme sort of party, and he wanted a band to play. So we asked Jolle, Christian, and me, and we didn't have a singer, so we asked Magnus if he wanted to step in just for the fun of it. But as it turned out, Jolle was unavailable, so he couldn't do the show. So we ended up doing it with Magnus' oldest son, Alfred, on drums. So the first sort of piece of the puzzle was us, Christian and Magnus and me, playing Kiss tunes as a tribute at a tribute concert to Kiss with Magnus' son on drums. And from that, the step was rather natural. I mean, we ended up, we rehearsed in the Quill's rehearsal room, and sort of we've been close. We've been close for all these years, never been any hard feelings, and the step was rather natural to sort of, so does anyone have any song ideas? And it's pretty quickly evolved to us working together again, with Jolle joining at the rehearsal room as well. And we started writing songs just the way we used to do, the four of us in the rehearsal room. And we didn't make any fuss about it. We didn't announce anything. We just sort of see what will happen. And we haven't really decided on anything. We just wrote songs for the fun of it. And wrote a bunch of songs rather quickly. It felt like an old pair of shoes. That's what I'm like. It fitted instantly, and we knew we had this chemistry and way of working that was sort of well established by for years. So we rather quickly fell into that. And as I said, we wrote the first song. I remember quite vividly. The first song we wrote together was "Set Free Black Crow." And it's sort of quintessential Quill. It's a long song with a lot of sort of the way, the stuff we really enjoy. And I think sort of was missing for the last couple of Quill albums, both Tiger Blood and Full Circle and in Triumph as well, didn't have these long sort of songs that we had on a lot more on the earlier albums. So it was rather fitting that was the first song we wrote together, Set Free Black Crow. It has this sort of mellow intro and hard riffing and intricate pieces to it, parts and pieces to it. And we wrote, I have the track list out to sort of have a closer look. We wrote 5 songs and booked some studio time with the intention of recording a demo and see if there was an interest from record labels. So we recorded 5 songs. We recorded Stone Believer, Snake Shaman Woman, Keep It Together, Set Free Black Crow, and Electrical Sun as well. Those 5 were the first songs. And sent it out to a bunch of labels, and our old label, Metalville, rather instantly, just, this is fantastic, when can you have a full album recorded, and we want to sort of, this is something we want to do. So by that point it got rather serious, and we had to write another bunch of songs. So we wrote the rest of the songs for the album, and that's all the stuff we wrote. That's all the songs that are on the album. And we decided we just sort of, this is where we are right now, and this is how we feel, and we sort of recorded everything we wrote. And at first we sort of, those 5 first songs were, as I said, intended to be a demo, but as soon as we started working on them, we by this time, I mean, we know what we do in the studio, so it ended up quite well, and we decided there's really no reason to re-record them for the album. They sounded good, so let's just keep them. They had sort of an energy to them that felt really good. So we just decided to let those 5 songs be what they are and just record the rest of them. So we recorded in another, the second session we recorded the rest of the album, and we recorded them in the same studio here in Oskarshamn as we recorded the basic tracks for Tiger Blood. It's called 491 Studios, but this time with a different engineer, a great guy we've been working with for both Born from Fire and Earthrise as well. And as I said, it was a really smooth process. We had a lot of fun. It was a lot of high energy in the band, and we really enjoyed being in each other's company again. And for the artwork this time, we decided to go with something different. As I said, the label weren't too pleased with the Tiger Blood. They thought it was not really representing the music. And we had our eyes on this guy. I think the cover that sort of made it for us, well, he did a cover for Greenleaf, Swedish band, that we really enjoyed, and I contacted this guy from Germany called Sebastian Jerke, and asked him if he was up for doing the cover, and he was. And what we did was we sent him the lyrics, all the lyrics for the album, and he sort of came up with a bunch of different ideas, and we sort of picked and choose from them, but all the sort of figures here are sort of relating to the lyrics. You have, for example, the ghost horse over here, and you have the snake, probably referring to Snake Charmer Woman, and some other stuff. And it's one of those covers that reminds me of being a kid. You can just sit and watch and find different pieces each and every time, which I really enjoy about this one. I would love to see, it is a real painting, it's not done digitally or something, it's handmade. So I would love to see the original piece. I haven't had the opportunity to watch it, but hopefully someday we'll get to see it, because it's a fantastic piece of artwork, and it really is they sort of connect as well. I think I have sort of a digital copy of it. When you see a little bit more, some bits and pieces are cropped out to fit the album cover format. But really cool title, Born from Fire. Once again, it's always really difficult to find titles, but I think Christians sort of wrote down a bunch of suggestions, and I think it's from the phrase is from is referred to in Electrical Sun, Born from the Fire. I think there's a line there, and we sort of left the out because it seemed fitting, sort of Born from Fire, that you sort of reborn, and with the band, with Magnus being back again, it seemed like a fitting title for the whole project. And this is an album we're all really fond of. It sort of came together, and us working together again felt really natural and really fun. And we were really surprised by the reactions. We kept it under wraps for a long time, and the album was finished before we announced anything at all. So it was sort of overwhelming hearing everyone sort of missing us, which was great. And we had a really strong track. The first track, Stone Believer, has sort of has become our sort of hit song. We'll probably play that one until we end the band at every show. It seems to be sort of our hit song, if you could say so. And we were also really pleased. It was the first time we actually entered the Swedish national charts as well, sales charts for this one, which was really a nice surprise as well. and something we're really proud of. And the whole album cover is really cool. As I said, we love the vinyl format, so it was cool getting a double album. It's cool to come back with a double album, and you have, of course, the inner sleeves as well with all the lyrics the way it's supposed to be. So it's sort of, I think it's rather cool to sort of let's do a double album when we sort of reunite. And of course it's haven't been out for so long, so there's only a vinyl copy, and you also have the CD edition as well. Looks more or less the same. Those are the two versions available, so we'll see if there will be future copies. This, as I said, there's no outtakes from the recordings. We recorded everything we wrote and we released everything, so there's nothing to sort of add to it, and there's no demos really as well. But I think we might have some live recordings or something we could use for future re-releases. Who knows? We'll see what the future holds. But as I said, great times. We did a bunch of shows with this one. Went out in Europe again, which was really fun. So as I said, a great comeback album, which I hold really high in our discography for many reasons. Now I want to know, what are your opinion about this album? What are your favorite tracks? What do you think about it? And what do you think about the album in general? Let me know in the comment section. I will post the Spotify play link so you can listen to it if you haven't heard it as well. Make sure you follow us on social media, TheQuillSweden. We're going through the mandatory routine here at the end. And also see us on Thursday. It's only a couple of days away. We're gonna have tons of fun. And if you're anywhere nearby Mönsterås, make sure you stop by and see the Quill exhibition. Some really cool stuff from our 30 years together as a band, so you have to stop by if you're anywhere near here. I promise you will not be disappointed. Well, that's it for now. As I said, please comment in the comment section what you think about Born from Fire, favorite tracks, and about the album in general. And I'll see you all again in a couple of days. We'll talk about our latest studio album, Earthrise. Some stories from that one as well. Some cool ones to tell. That's it for now. See you all again in a couple of days. Cheers.